I imagine some people will click on this video thinking, good God, Spoon's been hitting the breakfast Cisco really hard again, hasn't he? Yes, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, and before I forget, there's a Rumble video featuring a demented actress trying to stay relevant. You could probably guess why it's on there. Link is down below, by the way. But no, I do love Hasan, but I like Hasan for the same reason I like, say, seeing a car fly off a cliff and derail into a wreck of a mess, maybe catch fire and blow up. Here's an old school clip that sums up all of Hasan's political takes. That clip is 17 years old and it's still funny. That's pretty much Hasan's political gimmick, running into a stop sign, repeatedly. This is why I said he's like the human piñata. The stop sign is what whacks the shit out of him whenever he goes viral outside of his little demented echo chamber, and we all stop to loot the stupidity for the funnies. It's a great cycle. He should stop, his takes are profoundly stupid. I mean, his audience is younger than that clip after all, but he keeps doing it, over and over again. The damage he's doing to young minds, well, blame the public school system first, I suppose. Oh yeah, and the XXs, of course, naturally. He's merely the tip of the iceberg, really. He's like the auxiliary damage in the grand scheme of things. And I said this a while ago, our society is moved by the 6S echelon, the upper tier and the lower tier. Over 90% of people fall into the lower tier, moved by the following three: sex, shock, and stupid. Ingredients for what we call controversy. And for a while now, it's becoming increasingly difficult to tell who's genuinely an idiot and who's just being shockingly stupid for the sake of attention. Whereas with Hasan, oh, you know he's a dim-witted player. And lately he's been racking up a series of L's. Well, he can only rack a series of L's, let's face it. But he's doing it with more frequency lately. And by frequency lately, I mean it lands on my Twitter feed. Starting with this glorious gem. First off, Hasan, what in the name of fashion are you wearing? Looking like a discount homosexual Pablo Escobar over here. And he's on safari in a petting zoo.
Like, this is Shaniqua posting delusions.
Which is a hilarious account to follow. If you're on the Twitter, do follow. It is exactly what you think it is.
Which is a straight-up white supremacist account.
Which means a glowing endorsement. Thanks for that one, Hasan. See, you can be useful.
No, you can't tell Somali nationalists to go back to Somalia. 9,000 likes.
If you zoom in far enough, you can actually see the buffering symbol spinning in between every time he chews. You see, this is why he eats so much on stream, because he needs all that food to keep his brain functioning. It takes a lot of calories to power through that much stupidity. Still buffering. God damn, Hasan, my dial-up in South Africa was faster than this.
What are we doing?
Waiting for your brain to kick in, my boy.
What the fuck are we doing? That's just a straight-up Klansman, brother.
Say that again?
That's just a straight-up Klansman, brother.
Hasan, I know you're wearing glasses, but can you actually see the screen? You know, there's a picture of you and you're saying, that's a straight-up Klansman. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty base, but I somehow don't think that's what you were going for. Oh, also, Actual Justice Warrior Sean, he did a video a couple of days ago on this. Did you know Hasan is a trust fund baby? His father was this multi-millionaire lobbyist for, I think, the Turkish government. There's a picture of him on a horse in full gear as a boy. Hasan, not his father, by the way. What a shock. So many of these socialist supporting shitheads have never known poverty or a hard day's work in their entire privileged pampered lives, having been born with silver spoons up their asses. There's no bloody wonder they support big government. Their parents are wealthy enough to buy some of it. Unbelievable. Yeah, well, no, not really. Oh, and lastly, this one. Happy Valentine's Day. If you get sex advice from either of these dudes, you will be alone forever. Yeah, says the guy who is alone with no wife or kids, talking about two dudes who has both. Do I even need to say anything more than that? I don't really feel like it's necessary. Hasan, how do you fight with a stationary stop sign and still lose? That is a level of special that is borderline impressive. But here's the thing with Hasan. And don't worry, this is Hasan, so this won't take too long. When he's saying this kind of bollocks that is observably idiotic to the point of redundant parody, he's not talking to anyone outside of his little echo chamber. Why would he need to? He's just going to get roasted. It serves no purpose for him. He can safely ignore everything outside of it and just carry on. Hasan is essentially nothing more than, say, a chimp with 10 brain cells in a village where everyone else has at most 7. Long as there's idiots willing to watch him, he will continue on, undeterred because A, his lemmings are too dim-witted to know how stupid he really is. Not that they watch him for his brains and high political IQ anyway, and B, him poking his head out of his echo chamber essentially amounts to a game of whack-a-mole. Except it's not one person with a bat, it's a whole fucking army. Not that repeated blows to his head will do much damage anyway. The man's noggin is emptier than Harvey Weinstein's sack anytime he's within earshot of a Hollywood casting couch. Oh, and speaking of Hollywood, don't forget to check out the Rumble video as well. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.